Hello guys and welcome back to a new video. Today we are driving the brand new Mazda 6e, the full electric new fastback sedan saloon car from Mazda. A super beautiful car, and it's not only me that's saying that, but all the people that review, present, saw the car says that this car looks just gorgeous. And not only that, looks great, but it has also this super nice front grille, illuminated front grille with animation, the front, the rear, everything about this car look just gorgeous. Anyway, in this video we will talk about the driving. We will drive the car, highway, city, consumption, suspension, sound insulation, everything regarding driving you will find out in this video. I will have separate video on my channel if you want to see the full review, interior, exterior, material quality, all these details. Definitely check out the full review because it's a separate video. By the way, if you want to see the car, test drive the car, buy the car, if you are in Romania and Bucharest, definitely check out Arian Motors. Here's the address, the telephone number. They have all the new Mazda cars. Also, they have this Mazda 6e or sexy on the test drive, so definitely check them out. They are super nice. Let me show you also the back end, and then we will talk a little bit about the technical data. So when you unlock the car and lock the car, it has a setting where you can choose that the spoiler to retract or extend. The cool thing is that over 90 km/h, normally this spoiler will extend, and then under 90 km/h will retract, but manually you can choose from the settings, from the menu, how you want to have it. You can have it at low speed, you can have it at high speed, so you can play however you want. Super nice ambient light. I have a video in the nighttime with the car. If you want to see it, definitely check it out, because there we talk only about the lights. The back end also look phenomenal. It looks really good as an exterior design. I think no matter which color you choose, this car, this 6e, will look really good. Now the car comes standard with 19-inch wheels. On the rear you have brake discs, on the front ventilated brake discs, so those come standard exactly like that. Here we have the smaller battery. It comes in two versions, one LFP battery 68.8 kWh and another battery 80 kWh. It's an NCM battery. The interesting thing is that the smaller battery, this one which we have right here, the 68.8 kWh battery, it has more power, 258 horsepower. The other have 245 horsepower. Also, this one, the smaller battery LFP, is charging faster, so the charging speed it's up to 200 in DC, but the other battery it's up to 90 kilowatt in DC. So this is really interesting. Otherwise, the suspension are basically set up quite the same. Multi-link on the rear, independent, and on the front McPherson, independent. So pretty good suspension. We will talk about setup in this video and about the feeling as well. This is the key, a super nice, interesting key. It looks quite premium. Also, you can lock, unlock. It comes with keyless entrance. As you saw, it has those handles that retract and go inside. And also, when you come here, you can unlock the car manual like this. You can open it like that. Or, yeah, of course, when you come close, the car will unlock. Electric folding mirrors, quite nice, quite big mirrors. Visibility is very good. And they have also a very interesting shape. Anyway, the interior, also you have two versions to choose from, Takumi and Takumi Plus. We have Takumi Plus, the top of the range version with Sony sound system speakers, and we have this gorgeous brown interior, which most of it's made on the seats at least from animal leather and Alcantara, which is so good. I mean, in terms of quality material, it's super soft, super nice, very good build. Mazda Ion aluminum plate, normal pedals, storage space here on the center console. Those are the seats, electrically adjustable with Alcantara on the middle. They are heated and ventilated, and they look so good, and they feel like super good quality, like very well made. Ambient light here. You have a speaker in the headrest. The driver, only the driver have the speaker in the headrest. Anyway, I explain more about that, guys, in the review video. Check out the review video, because there we talk about everything. But man, the layout inside the car, the dashboard with a chrome here, with the chrome vents here and there, turned to the driver, with all these brown Alcantara here, with the vents integrated very nice in the Alcantara here. It feels so good quality with chrome here. and ambient light, and it feels so good, it looks so good. And the steering wheel also in leather, great grip, great size, super modern. I love it. Physical button here. You have the stalks, which are the same as on my Tesla Model S from 2020. Really interesting, from Mercedes, you probably saw it. Also left and right, which is cool. So from here you go in drive, reverse, put it in park, and also from here you activate the cruise control. Visibility wise, what is this car, guys? It's almost a 5-meter car. What the customer expect from this car? What do you expect from this car? Write me in the comment, I'm really curious. But I will answer you. You expect to have good quality materials. You expect to have comfort, space, right? Beauty, right? So you want to have a beautiful car, great sound insulation, we will talk about that. So all these things, this Mazda 6e check, right? Is checking. So in terms of space, enough space, you have also front, space in the trunk, space in the interior. It's pretty good, even though it's quite, you know, it's a fastback saloon, so for very tall people, maybe they will struggle a little bit in the back. And also because you have the battery down there, the seats will stay a little bit higher. So when you look at the car, you think about the ground clearance, it's 11.4 centimeters, so it's quite low on the ground. You have to pay attention to the big holes and stuff like that. And when you go on some areas where you might hit the battery, you have to pay attention and go super slow, or yeah, avoid some areas. But overall, because you have the battery down on the down ground, you stay a little bit higher. So you have the impression that you're not a super sporty car, you're a little bit higher, which is good somehow because you have very good visibility around the window. So I would say it's a good visibility. The pillars are quite small, so visibility is great. The mirror is big, although, so you have great visibility in the back from the side, but here you have also a big mirror, but in the back, because it's a fastback, you don't have extraordinary view. That's why you have perfect view on the mirrors. Plus we have 360 degrees camera, which you can see around the car on the rear, and while you're driving you can have it activated as well, so you can see wide side. They're probably one of the best 360 degrees camera. You have also 360, so you see around the car. But overall, very good camera system, and it helps you a lot while you're driving. So visibility around the car, it's great. It has also parking sensors and so on. Let me give you some technical data and then I will show you a few things and we start driving. So very important, the price, right? When you look at the car, it looks so expensive, it looks so premium, and you expect that the car, in terms of looking, to be much more expensive than it is. So on the entry-level version, EV with smaller battery, price is 44,290 euro. On the bigger battery, it's 45,890 euro, 1,600 euro difference between the both batteries with Takumi version, so entry-level version. Then you have 258 horsepower for the smaller battery, 245 horsepower for the bigger battery, 68.8 kilowatt hour LFP, the smaller battery, which we have today, 80 kilowatt hour NCM battery on the bigger battery. Plus it's rear wheel drive on both versions, so electric motor is on the rear, which is fantastic because it's much more fun to drive. 16.6 kilowatt hour consumption on the smaller battery, 16.5 kilowatt hour consumption on the bigger battery. We will test in this video to see what kind of numbers we can get. When it comes to range, because it's important, we have WLTP 479 kilometer on the smaller battery, and in the city 605 kilometer WLTP in the city with the LFP battery. And on the bigger battery you have more range, 552 kilometer WLTP, or in the city up to 692 kilometer in the city with the bigger battery. We will test this in this video to see what kind of numbers we can get. Speed is not a super fast car, so I don't think people that will buy this car would expect to have an incredible 0 to 100, and I don't think the people that will orientate it to this car would expect to have fantastic sporty performance. So 0 to 100 it's 7.6 seconds on the smaller battery and 7.8 seconds on the bigger battery. So the smaller battery, it's faster, 0 to 100, it has more horsepower, and it's also charging faster. By the way, top speed is the same, 175 kilometer, but the charging speed in DC 200 kilowatt, up to 200 kilowatt in DC for the smaller battery LFP, and up to 90 kilowatt in DC for the bigger battery. Now when it comes to the weight, it's around 1,890 kilograms for the bigger battery, and the smaller battery it's around 1,800 kilograms, so it's somewhere under 2,000 kilograms, both of them. Now 19-inch wheels standard, ground clearance 11.4 centimeters on both version, turning circle 11.6 meter, very similar with Model S, Tesla Model S. The length 4.92 m and the wheelbase 2.89 m, which is great. Independent McPherson suspension on the front and multi-link on the rear. And by the way, this car is built in collaboration with Changan. Changan, it's a Chinese company which build cars in China, and also they sell this car under other name in China, and also this platform it's used for some plug-in hybrid cars on China. But enough with that. Adjustable steering wheel, manual, up, down, forward, backwards, super simple. Here is the stalk, you have physical button, you can change different views from here. Otherwise the screen is great, position it, you have very good visibility. For me at 173 centimeters I have perfect driving position. I find myself really good sitting on those seats, and also perfectly placed around here. Everything, the center console, it's very smart place, so ergonomy is quite good. Head-up display, it's augmented head-up display. You will see it as we drive. It looks really cool when you're driving. It shows you the direction, in which direction you should go. And you have also this digital screen which is give you a lot of information like navigation, like what happened with the car and around the car. You will see it, and here on the right side you can customize only the right side where you can see the consumption, and you can see a nice graphic with what happened with energy in real time as you drive. Otherwise you see the range, how many percentage you have, temperature, kilometers. Here the cool part, I really love that. Here you have a button for 360 degrees camera. You can activate it while you're driving, no matter what speed you have. Here you have different driving modes, individual, you have normal mode, and you have sport mode. I will show you in a second more info about them. And here you can activate the cruise control. I will show you in a second. Here you have two save button. The cool part is that the car gives you the option to have a sound from the speakers, EV sound on. That means it sounds like a petrol engine. I will show you also that as we go, but from the speaker, so it will be more engaging. And here you can change, as long as you are in individual mode, you can switch between a recuperation mode, and you have a few levels of recuperation. Stalk is here. This is the screen. The screen is fantastic. The graphic, it's simple to understand, and not only that, but navigation is very good. Also, it gives you so many settings, and the hardware and the software behind it, it's extremely good from my point of view. Now it has Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, of course. Check out the review because there I explain you more. Now what is important, let me show you. So we go to the drive mode. So you have three modes. Normal, that means in normal mode the driving style, it's smooth. So the steering wheel, it's on the light way. You have, look at this, power steering wheel, smooth. Coasting recovery, it's on normal. And you have the power assist mode on normal. So steering wheel, it's light, and you have the recuperation on the middle side. Braking style, normal. If you go in sport mode, you can see immediately it's switched to power assist steering mode in sport. Regenerative brake, it's moderate, a little bit more, and power style, it's faster. I mean the acceleration, it's faster, so you can see here. And then if you go to individual, you can choose yourself, you can customize. Power style, medium, so when you accelerate, or strong, faster. And you have the coasting recovery, this is the recuperation of the energy. You have a few modes from high, four different modes. We will talk about that as we start. And here is the steering wheel, so you want to have stiffer or less stiffer. And then you have auto hold function, comfort stop, it's a great feature. So if you have people in the car, so when you drive, the car will kind of change the braking pedal feeling. And I saw some reviewers online that review the car, big reviewers, that didn't see that here, and they complain about the brake without knowing that they have checked probably this option. That means when you check this comfort stop, the pedal will basically give you the brake a little bit with a delay in order to not push the passenger. You know, when you drive an electric car and you press the brake, sometimes it's so quick that the people will bounce around. So if you want to have a smoother ride, you just check this one. I wouldn't check because I want to have it more natural. And this is it, guys. This is the settings. Smart drive, the car have also all these safety features which are super useful, but sadly the car doesn't have lane keeping assist or lane holding assist. It has just this lane keeping that push you back between the lanes. I think I cover everything. Let's start driving, and then as we go I will give you more infos. We will drive on individual as I set it before, and you saw the settings, right? We are on no, not here, medium. Wait a second, where was that? Here, driving mode, individual, strong. We have strong power, we have high recuperation, and we have power steering. But I will leave it open because I want to talk about that as we go, and I want to reset the consumption here. So let me show you here. Press OK so you can reset it, and then we will start driving. The climatic system 22 degrees on, you go down, the same as on Tesla. I really like the steering wheel, the size of the steering wheel, the look, the position. It's just perfect for me. I find very easy the place here. Also the car, it's quite long, and I will definitely compare it with my Tesla Model S. Steering, the power steering, it's on standard, so that means now it's quite assisted. So that help you when you go through the city, so to not be so stiff. But even so, don't expect to be very assisted. I mean, for how big is the car, it's more than perfect. I would say this is exactly how it's supposed to be, and also it's a quite big car. So I would say, look at this. If we go around here, you can go very, very easy on your own lane, and the turning circle seems to be quite fine set up. Yeah, let me activate also the camera so you can see the camera while we go through here. So yeah, I will use it like that. The steering wheel when you go in the city most of the time will be much better like that set up. Anyway, let me close this. Anyway, if you go on the highway, high speed, you want to drive a little bit more sporty, definitely change the steering wheel on standard. But look at this, it's so easy to go in your lane. It seems to be easy to drive it, and it's also pretty nimble. What I like very much, that it's a rear wheel drive, and it's I always say electric cars with rear wheel drive are much more fun to drive, much more engaging. You don't feel that losing grip feeling, but sometimes when you go out of the corners, it's much more fun when you have the rear wheel. So it's much more engaging, much more sporty feeling, and I love that. Also, when you start driving, the car doesn't have double glass, but surprisingly, I drove yesterday on the highway and the sound insulation was quite good, surprisingly good. I didn't expect that. So you have a very nice feeling inside the cabin. By the way, if someone come close to you when you're driving, it's also turn on this camera, so it shows you what's going on around the car in certain area, which is also smart. Now we are in sport, kind of a strong mode, and you can hear also this interesting EV sound. You can hear it from the speakers. I'm not going to use this. I will turn it off so you can hear the car. But in general, I would say 258 horsepower or 245 horsepower, it's more than enough. So even if you press the acceleration, when you are still driving, the car push you back and it gives you the power to cross pass other cars. So regarding the power, I wouldn't complain. You have more than enough power. Of course, when you try to accelerate from 0 to 100, it's not that quick, so it's not super performance quick, but trust me guys, you have more than enough power. And while you're driving, if you press the acceleration, it will push you back in the seats, will give you the power to cross pass. So it's much more quick, much more, look at it, much more responsive than an internal combustion engine. It doesn't have lag at all, so it's quite responsive and direct, which is great. Look around those roundabouts, is doing fantastic. It sits really well, and you can go around the corners super well. I love the direction. The direction is quite, the steering, it's quite direct, so it's immediately responding to your feedback. Of course, I know people would expect from this Mazda, you know, from Mazda to have a more stiffer ride in terms of suspension, in terms of steering. They want to feel more of a road, but trust me, the people that want to buy this car, they want to have it set up like that, and we will talk about that in a second. Now here on the highway, let me show you. Down here, you go all the way down, you activate the cruise control, you set the speed from here. What to keep in mind, guys, is the fact that the car doesn't have lane keeping assist, like doesn't hold you between the lanes, right? It's not autopilot, so it has just this lane warning assist that, look at this, push you back between the lanes. It has blind spot technology, it has all that safety features, but it doesn't have this lane keeping assist. This is something to keep in mind. This is the only thing that somehow I'm a little bit sad that didn't have, because then the car will be so good and so complete from many point of views for what it offers. Of course, it has adaptive cruise control. Now it's brake, accelerate, depending the car in front. But when it comes to lane keeping assist, this is a flaw that, from my point of view, man, it's so sad that it didn't have. So I think this is something that I was a little bit disappointed to see that's missing on the car. But because the car have the cameras, it has the sensors, the radars, I think they can somehow add it through a software update. I'm pretty sure they can add it on the car. I'm not sure why they didn't add it, because Mazda have it on other models. But yeah, it is what it is, you know. But other than that, yeah, this is the only thing regarding the autopilot and test drive. Otherwise, you have all the safety features. It has 9 airbags, so in terms of safety features, you have a lot of stuff. Pressing the brake, I take the control right now, and we are on high recuperation. If you want to have low recuperation, you go on low. It's recommended on the highway. So I release the, look, I accelerate, I release the acceleration, and the car is just rolling right now. It's just rolling. I think it's just maybe just a little bit of recuperation, but mostly it's just rolling. And this is very important to be able, you know, so to have the car in a rolling mode. So right now you see it's just release it and it's rolling. So in this way you will lose less energy through this friction. Otherwise, we are driving 100, look, 105 over 100. This road here, it's really bad usually, and you hear a lot of noise. At this kind of speed, 110, 100, you don't hear noise from outside. The shape of the car, the down ground clearance, it's incredible. So from the point of view of sound insulation, it's really good. I didn't expect to be so good. From the lower end, you hear a little bit of noise from the tires here in this area because it's a bad road, but we will go a little bit ahead on the highway. We will drive faster so I can show you how it is. If you go to standard, now the car recuperates more energy, and if you go to medium, even more, and if you go to high, even stronger. And the high, it's pretty strong, but you know, to be honest, I wish that high mode to be even stronger, to be like one pedal drive. This car doesn't have one pedal drive. I wish it has one pedal drive, then that will be a complete system. But it is what it is, so I wouldn't complain. When it comes to power steering, let's put it on sport. And now on sport, the steering will become a little bit stronger, right? But don't imagine it's stronger in a sporty way. It's still pretty assisted, but it's a little bit stronger. And what I noticed, guys, is that when you're driving at high speed, the car is somehow set up to be more comfortable. Look, we have 120. The sound insulation, it's incredible on the highway. You don't hear too much noise from outside, and the suspension are pretty comfortable. So let's say over small to medium bumps, it feels extremely comfortable. So this car, it's definitely set up to be more comfortable than sporty. So somehow Mazda with this car lose a little bit of that sporty, harsh, stiff feeling, and you have a more comfortable approach. And I like that. People that will buy this car will like that. Let's see, 160, accelerate, and if you want to cross pass, of course, you still have more than enough power. And look at this, you go to 140 without any problem, man. And it's still incredible in terms of sound insulation and aerodynamics. So the shape of the car helped a lot. Still comfortable. I think it's a phenomenal cruiser at long distance, at high speed. I think it's just gorgeous. Look at this, even at 130 you can cross pass without any problem. It's, look, only at 150 it start to hear some wind noise, but other than that it's doing gorgeous car. It's a phenomenal long distance cruising car, and the suspension help you a lot, so it feels quite soft. And of course, if you go left and right, you feel like the car, it's a little bit on a boat side, you know, it feels a little bit like it's not crazy stable. So it's more set up, I would say, to be comfortable than to be sporty. But somehow, when you're driving at lower speeds, and you will see right now, we are on strong, high recuperation sport steering wheel, and we'll leave it like that. And you will see we go in curves at lower speed, and you will see that the car will react pretty good also when you go in curves. And because it's a rear wheel drive and suspension are set up somehow 60% to comfort, 40 to sporty, it has also a pretty well balanced. Look at this, we take this curve at 90, almost 100, and it sits really well. Man, it's so comfortable. I'm crazy impressed. And then release the acceleration and the car will basically recuperate. We are in high mode right now, but as I said, when it comes to acceleration, we will try a little bit later. Probably here we can try some acceleration. Brakes are also good setup if you leave it in normal mode, and if you press the acceleration, look at this, 50, and we go to 100 now. So it's pretty slow in terms of acceleration, but as long as you have already some speed, look at this, if for example we already have around 60 km/h, you press the acceleration, just smoothly, a little bit of delay, and then it's accelerate. But if you already are rotating the engine and then you press the acceleration, it gives you the power quite quick. But wow, the way it stays on the curves, the way they set up in a comfortable way, it's phenomenal. So super well balanced. Yeah, it's definitely focus on comfort, on smoothness, and less on performance and sporty feeling. So that's for sure. So I know, you know guys, probably Mazda will come with a smaller, more sportier car for sure in the future, but this one here, it's more to the comfort side, and I freaking love it. I mean, for me personally, for my taste, I will definitely choose this one instead of a stiffer ride. And yeah, I don't know, I like it. I really like this. I like the way they set up. I think the customers for this car will love this car. It's smooth, it's easy to drive, even though it's long, it's easy to drive in the city. It's phenomenal on the highway. It's great for long trips. Not too much noise from outside, fantastic stability on the curves. The seats help you as well a lot, so super nice premium seats. So yeah, I think they did good the way they did it. So yeah, look at this. And also when you accelerate, the way it's pushing you from behind, the way it gives you the power from behind, it's much more pleasant than a front wheel drive. And I think you have more than enough power. It's so smooth. Yeah, I love it. You know, it's all about your taste, your personal taste. Maybe some people like it like that, maybe not. Maybe for me, I love the way it is. I wish I wish that my car would be like this, and somehow my Tesla Model S, it is like this, but it has also a little bit more punchy acceleration. But because I have the air suspension, I can set it like that, like it is this one, a little bit more sporty, a little bit more comfortable. And you see when we go over those imperfections on the road, it's kind of floating in a very nice way. But on my Model S, I can set it also to be more sporty, more harsh. So yeah, here you have just this more comfortable approach. but it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool the way it is. And of course we can switch this in medium, like the power. If you put it on medium, the car now accelerate. It still give you the power, but will give you the power in a less smoother, less harsher way, so you will get a better consumption. But other than that, look, I drive 130. I don't even feel like I drive 130. I don't know, I like this platform. I really like the way they set up the car. For me, it's just super nice. What else? Now I want to show you something. If I go here to the settings, you can see also a nice graphic with what happened with the energy in real time right now. So when you use the energy, you see it like that. When you recuperate, you can see the energy come from behind, back. And you can also switch here in the front on the cockpit, so you have the same view. You can also have the navigation if you want to have the navigation, which is super good. The navigation, it's great from my point of view. You can find really easy the charging stations, because you have this button here. You just press this button, it search for all the charging stations around you. So all you have to choose is just one charging station. It gives you all the information. You press go, and now it goes to the charging station. And you can see also on the augmented view the information there. I think you can see it on the head-up display, right? So it gives you the speed, it gives you the information right there. So you have all the info that you need. And it shows you also in an interesting way. You will see when it tells you to go left and right, it shows you in which direction you should go. Because it's a heavy car, you have also a pretty good stability, you know, somehow. Even though they are setting up the suspension a little bit more comfy, you still have a good stability and control on the car. Again, cross pass other cars easy, no problem from this point of view. So until now we are driving on the highway pretty quick. Look, 120. It's not too much noise from outside, not too much noise from the tires. It's really impressive for a car that doesn't have double glass. It's really good. The position on the seats is great. At least for me, I find my position very easy. Good visibility in the mirrors. You can also activate the cameras while you're driving, so you can see the reverse camera, the front camera if you want to, so you can see whatever camera you want, even if you're driving at high speed. You can also, by the way, retract or extend that spoiler in the back manual if you want to, from the menu here. So that's cool, and that helps also. Look, you can see the augmented view. It showed me that I should go right here, so that helped you a lot. Even though the navigation is so clear and it shows you exactly where you should exit, and it gives you the information in extremely good way, I still think that yeah, the head-up display, it's a nice add-on, but I don't know, I think even without head-up display you can get around super easy. Now we are going in the city, so we can go to power style to medium, and power steering to standard, and we can basically drive like that. So the cool thing is, now driving around here, around the town, we can basically check also the suspensions and the steering. Now, going over those speed bumps, you notice that the suspension seems to be a little bit stiffer. And why is that? Because the car, it's quite heavy, so they have to somehow balance the suspension. And the suspension are not super soft, so I say around 60% to comfort, 40 to sportivity, something like that. The steering, it's also the same, like 60 to comfort. Even if you are in a sporty mode with steering wheel, is the same, 60 40 60 comfort. So they focus more on comfort, and it's normal for this car. What I like very much in the city is the direct steering. The steering, it's quite direct and responsive. Look, left, right. You wanna go like somehow avoid some things on the street, you can do it super easy because it's quite direct. It doesn't have that delay, or it's not super assisted and soft. This is the good thing. I like that. I like to be like this, and that's why I tell you, the car, it's surprisingly good setup. And when I heard first time that they build the car with Shangan Automobile and stuff like that, I was a little bit worried that the car will lose some of the feeling and signature of the Mazda. But now after I drive it, I notice that some things are set up quite smart, even though it's set up to be. And of course many people would say, yeah, but it's not like a Mazda because it's not stiffer and sportier and crazy, like the Mazda, it's super sport and steering super harsh. And for many people will be surprised, but I think many people will also enjoy this and will appreciate this. And for me, I think it's great, because most of the people that will want to buy a car in this class, with this size, with this space, with this comfort, they would definitely want to have a car. Look at this. You see, they would want to have a car that's comfy. And look, you have also more than enough power if you accelerate. It's more than enough quick. And it's pretty silent. And the good part is that it's easy to drive, right? So look, you go around, you don't feel like you have a big car when you go around, like left, right, and you move fast. Yeah, at high speed, when you do it like that, you cannot do it like that because it feels like a little bit bouncy. But at low speed, you can play around up to 100 km/h. It's fine. And it's nimble, it's quick, it's easy to drive in the city. The brakes seems to be fine. Also, of course, if you leave it on normal mode, because you have also the other mode which give you a more delay. So that's why I saw someone talk about this delay, but when you have it in normal, it's quite fine. Look, it's nimble, you go quick around, and super good view also on the roundabouts. And you stay a little bit higher, man. I mean, I'm sitting quite higher, even though the car is quite low, so I have a very good visibility around the car, which for me it's really important. I want to have this good view outside, but also have a nice sedan salon car. Again, the recuperation mode, I wish to be a little bit stronger. Right now we are on high mode and it's still not enough stronger. I wish to have a one pedal drive, but yeah, I guess it's fine like this as well. You're more engaging, you have to use also the brakes and the pedal as well. Good view, it gives you all the infos that you need right there on the screen. And let's don't forget that the car look incredible. I mean, the look of the car is just gorgeous. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous car. Look, in the roundabout you can turn so easy. I feel like it's even better than Model S. If I compare it with Model S, the turning circle. So I feel like I can turn around super easy in many situations. So for example here, look at this, I can keep my own lane super easy, even though the car is big. So I have a good control. Yeah, I love it. I like the car. For me, it's set up the way it should be. I mean, we have to think about what people really want from a car. So if they will do it too stiff, I don't know, I'm not sure about that. I think it's better to make that Mazda will do another car, another more stiffer sporty car, because this one I don't think is it's made for this. But if they will do a smaller one, more compact, with much more stiffer ride, I think will make happy also the other customers or other people that would complain about this being too comfy. But yeah, this is the 360 degrees camera, which you can see around the car. You can activate it from here. You can see left, right, backwards, forwards. Yeah, it's so cool, so cool. Consumption, by the way, I know you want to find out. It's 20.7 kilowatt hour consumption. Of course, it's not super efficient. We drive also super fast. You saw it, 0 to 100, a lot of acceleration. I didn't drive economical, so yesterday I get better consumption. I get 16 and even 14 in the nighttime. So overall, it's somewhere around maybe 18. You can see the last 1,000 kilometers. But trust me, people, this is a demo car. People really accelerate and try to drive super kind of super sporty, and they try acceleration, and that's why maybe the numbers are higher, but usually they should be around 16 something, like the official numbers. That was the video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you get some useful information. From my point of view, I think it's a super good, well-built car. Lovely environment and ambient when you're driving. It feels more premium, more expensive than it is, and the material quality, the look of the car, the technology, the multimedia screen is great. And yeah, there are a few things that's quite missing, like lane keeping assist, you know, like autopilot, and you know, maybe a little bit of stronger recuperation. But other than that, I think it's very well set up, and overall it's a very good car, which you should definitely take into consideration. Starting price, it's super good for what this car it is. So yeah, I will definitely go, if you're searching for an electric car in this class, definitely go and take a look. Now, if you are in Bucharest, in Romania, around here, definitely check out Ariane Motors. They are super nice. They will help you with everything. If you tell them you come from me, you get also a nice discount. Plus, yeah, they have all the new Mazda model and cars there. Definitely check them out. Link will be in the description, also on the screen. Thank you very much to all of you that's watching my videos. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. That will help me a lot. So thank you guys for support. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. To all the members and subscribers, thank you again. Hope the video was useful. Stay safe, and we see you soon in the next one. Bye, guys.